Hello everybody, welcome. Today I will be playing with my Glamlite Garfield palette. I got this a few months ago when it went on sale, and I've only played with it once, I believe. I think I've only done one full look with it. I think I've played with the shimmers a little bit here and there, but it's definitely time to get a full look. I think today I want to play with the yellow and some of the browns. Do like a yellow-brown combination. It's always been one of my favorites. So I think I'm going to start with Donut Please, that lighter brown. Kind of work that through the crease. And dip in like a fluffy brush. And just kind of lightly lay that down. I'm going to leave it a little lighter on the inner portion of the crease because I think that's where I'm going to put the yellow. I've been doing this variation of a halo eye the past few months that I'm really a big fan of. So I'm going to do a look kind of like that today. It's kind of like winged instead of being more rounded like a halo eye typically is. Things kind of laid more at a diagonal. You'll see. I really like this brown. I've always traditionally been more of a color lover, but the past like few years I've definitely grown to appreciate neutrals, especially warm neutrals. I was very gothy growing up, so I was always like blacks, grays, reds, like very cool tone neutrals and like brights. But now I'm in my stage of life where I very much appreciate a good warm neutral. I'm liking the way this is looking. I'll have to dip into like a bone colored matte to just kind of further soften that edge, but I will do that later. Next, I'm gonna go in with Perfect Match right here. I'm gonna use that on like a smaller crease brush. And I'm gonna kind of just work that deeper into the crease. Kind of sort of like that. Try to get a somewhat lasagna-esque look. I didn't get the face palette from this collection because it seemed like it was maybe going to be a little too dark for my skin tone, which is fine, but I think the blush in that palette was very like red, and then there was one that was very orange. I was just like, I don't know if that's going to suit me the best. The highlighter in that palette was very, very cute though. Very, very cute. And just rocking back and forth, blending it in. And then I'll go back in with my fluffy brush and kind of run that back over. No additional product. Just to kind of fluff it out. Make that a little more seamless. There we go. Did you guys see the most recent Garfield movie? When did that come out? That was last year for sure, but I really enjoyed it when we went and saw it. It was super cute. Made me like re-fall in love with Garfield. I loved Garfield as a kid. And kind of like forgot about that as an adult until I saw the movie and I was like, oh, I love Garfield. I was like, I want a bunch of Garfield stuff. This is how the crease is looking, just kind of soft diffused. I like it. We're gonna deepen up the outer corner. I can't decide if I want to do Lasagna the red or Silly the dark brown. I think I want to do the darker brown. I think I want to do Silly. Leave Lasagna for another day. There we go. I'm gonna kind of just plop this in the outer corner, kind of keeping with that winged shape that I like to do, and kind of lay it at a diagonal to where it kind of extends inward on my lid more and kind of wings out, if that makes any sense. I hope I get better at describing my techniques eventually. I know I'm in that stage where, like, you know, I'm new to making videos, so not the best, but you know, I'll get better by doing. That's what I tell myself. That's kind of what we all need to tell ourselves sometimes, is that, like, you know, most people are not fabulous at something when they first start doing it. It takes, like, a lot of years of practice in most cases. There we go, just kind of blending that in to the perfect match shade. I might even dip back into perfect match and kind of blend that over top, just kind of like layering. I find I can often get like a really good blend that way. There we go. And then go back in with a fluffy brush. Kind of use that to soften the blend even more. But yeah, I think I was very intimidated by making a channel for so long, because it was like, oh, everybody has like their professional setups and YouTube is so like professional now, and I would just be a person like filming in my house on my phone. I was like, I don't know. But I know like everybody kind of sucks when they first start, and it's just like a matter of starting and getting more confident, learning as you go. All of these things are things that I know, but it can just be intimidating to take that first step sometimes, I think. You just kind of put yourself out there. It was kind of my, I don't want to say it was a New Year's resolution, but I was like, you know what, now is the time. I'm just gonna take a little bit of time, devote it to just starting. I think I made like so many excuses too of like why I didn't have time, but it doesn't take as much time as maybe I thought it did. Anyway, blending that deeper brown shade in with perfect match, I kind of dip back into perfect match with that little brush and just kind of blend it over top. Get a more seamless transition. Even kind of bring it in this way too. And just kind of soften that a bit. My cat is not in here this morning. She was being very vocal, and so I had to resort to a distraction. I have to like open the basement door or open the door to the towel closet. She'll either lay in the towel closet or go play in the basement. That was my distraction for her this morning, because she was being chattier than normal. I don't even think you would have been able to hear me or understand me, because I think you would have just heard the cat. Okay, so now I think I want to take a smaller brush, smaller fluffy brush. This would work. This little BB Bay one. we are going to use the yellow Weekends. And kind of pack that on. Give it a little tap. I'm gonna plop it like in the front portion of my lid. Kind of going over the inner corner too. And then just kind of like blend it up into the front part of the crease here to where it kind of meets that brown. And I'll kind of blend her in. I'm gonna leave a little bit of a space on the lid for our shimmer. Been really loving this placement. I'm gonna kind of lay this yellow at a little bit of a diagonal as well, kind of this way. There we go. And do the same thing on the other side. Of course, we'll have to go back and forth with the bigger blending brush to just kind of get it good and seamless. Good and seamless. And just like that. I always love yellow and brown together. I think I already said that, but it gives such a like sunflower type of vibe. There's something about it. It's so good. So good. And just dipping back in, like intensifying that in the inner corner. It's a very like mac and cheese yellow. I love it. Okay, taking that fluffy brush, just gonna kind of use that to transition that yellow into those browns that we already laid down. I even dip that into Weekends and just kind of fluff that into the front of the crease here. It's kind of just a lot of back and forth windshield wiper motions, going back in, layering the shade. Just trying to get like a soft transition. I feel like that could just be a little more intense. There we go. Now we're gonna do the shimmer. Take like a small flat brush. This is like forever old. It's like peeling off. These little Wet n Wild brushes that I've had literally since high school. And they look gross and they're peeling, but the bristles aren't falling out, so I keep using them. I'm just gonna plop that glitter primer from NYX on that little space that we left. Just spread it out in that little sort of diagonal shape. Get that ready for our shimmer. Just kind of tapping it out. There we go. And which shimmer do I want to use? They're all so good. I might do Heart of Gold. This one, this kind of like deeper golder shade. Just kind of dip into that. I said I think I've used all the shimmers in this palette, but it's been a while. There we go. And then just kind of start topping it over that glitter primer. I'm really a big fan of doing a glitter primer before shimmer. This really helps intensify and get the most out of your shimmer. Just kind of, once again, windshield wipering, kind of softly tapering it off on each side. Sometimes I'll even just kind of lightly tap on the edge and just soften it out. There we go, that's cute. Same thing on the other side. Kind of sort of something like that. I like it. It's very sunflower and very cute. Sometimes I'll even like take the brushes from before, just kind of run those over the edge and soften the transition even more. It's a lot of back and forth. A small brush and just kind of soften that out. Going with a little more of that darker brown over here, just because I feel like it's lacking. Working with my big brush, do kind of like a final blend. There we go. And like I said earlier, I'm gonna go in with like a skin tone colored matte. I'm gonna use Tea Latte from the Brew palette. Just kind of lightly run that over my brow bone, just kind of soften that edge even more. Just get it really good and seamless. Here we go. I'm gonna do my base off camera and then I will be back to do the lower lash line and show off the final look. Okay, I'm back. I did my base. Used the Urban Decay Hydromanic foundation, the Milk Makeup Future Fluid for concealer, used my AF94, if I can get it up here, Savor cream blush. It's kind of like a muted terracotta orangey color. Really like this one. And then for powder blush, I did the NYX Sweet Cheeks in Citrine Rose. It's kind of like a deeper citrine kind of color. It's like warm rosy, set with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Powder. And then for highlight, I used my Oden's Eye Solmane highlighter palette and I just kind of mixed these two together. I also added a wing. You totally don't have to if you do this look. You could totally tightline the upper lash line and leave it at that and it would totally look good, but I wanted to do a lot more of a wing today. So moving on to the lower lash, I'm gonna use my NYX Epic Smoke Liner. What shade is this? Mocha Match. And I'm going to, this thing is really, really low. Line probably just the outer third of my waterline. I'm kind of doing this thing where I don't like to bring it in super far. And then I'll probably extend that yellow on the inner portion. Probably bring the shimmer to the lower lash line too, just to get it all to look kind of cohesive. I think my cat may have discovered that I am filming. Kind of like a flat brush. I'm going to go over that liner with the deepest brown Silly right here. Tap it off and just kind of lay it over that liner and kind of smudge it out. One, to kind of help it smoke out, but also two, it kind of helps it stay locked into place. There we go. Take that little brush from before, dip into that orangey shade Perfect Match again. If I could get it in frame, that would be amazing. Just kind of soften that up. And kind of smoke it out. Get like a somewhat soft transition, but without bringing it down too terribly far. Here's my big fluffy brush. Ooh! I about lost it. I'm going to dip into that lighter brown and just kind of lightly blend. Make a goofy face while I do it. Good with that. I think I want just like a flatter brush to put the yellow on the lower lash. You can even use like something like this. Dip back into that Weekends shade. Kind of just put that on the inner corner. I'm even actually going to drag that in to just meet the brown. And I might just plop a little shimmer over that transition. I don't know if you can hear the cat. She's discovered I'm in here with the door shut, so now she's upset. She's got to let everybody know that she's upset. Okay. There we go, and then I'll probably dip into Heart of Gold. Just go boop and kind of put it on the transition between that yellow and that brown. Give me a little sparkle under there. That's always cute. It's kind of halo-eye, but at the same time, like, it's still winged out, which I really like. I feel like when I do a regular halo eye and it's like rounded, it's like it almost doesn't fit my eye shape. Maybe my technique is off with it. I am not sure, but I'm not the biggest fan of like a traditional rounded halo eye on me. And that fluffy brush with the yellow, just kind of doing one last little swipe. Okay, and then do mascara. I'm gonna do the e.l.f. Big Mood. Gonna do lips, fix my hair, and then I will be back to show off the final look. Okay, 100 million years later, I'm back. I straightened my hair and I did my lips. I lined my lips with Weeping Fig by Melt. This was part of the first collection they did with Bailey Sarian, the first Fatally Yours. This was part of like a little mini set. Lined my lips with this, and then I put Red Cherry by Oden's Eye over it. And I really like this combination. I've been doing it a lot here lately. But here's the final look. I really love how it turned out. Big fan. I will have to play with this again sometime soon. I'd love to try to do like a purple look with maybe like this and these. So maybe I will film another video with this sometime soon. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you later. Bye!